welcome back to another video, man. I know it's been a while since y'all seen my face. Man, I've been mentally, I've been engaged, but I haven't been engaged, if that makes any sense. You know what? Mentally, if you understand what that means. Mentally, I feel like I'm on the path that I should be on, but the turbulence is starting to get a little unbearable, in a sense, if that makes any sense to anybody. So this video right here, like I told y'all, man, this channel is going to be the byproduct of who I am as a person and as a man. No characters, no gimmick, just a real, raw, uncut version of everything that I go through in life. And like I say, this is my version of therapy, and I need to vent. So if somebody can watch it and take something from it, cool. If they can't, it is what it is at the same time. But I want to get my piece, because I know it's a lot of frustrated people that feel like me around the world, and it just feels like they're misunderstood. So I'm sitting out here now. By the way, I stay in Louisiana. It's June, what is it? July, like 14th, 15th, so it's hot. It's 100-something plus. Sun ain't out right now, but it's beaming, and I'm sitting in my car with no AC or nothing, without my car running, because I don't want that to interrupt with the video, because I'm finna come raw and uncut with this. So with that being said, right, so I just turned 28 years old, July 7th. My birthday was 8, 9, 10, 11 days ago, right? Just turned 28. So I spent majority of my day for my birthday. I spent the whole day by myself. I didn't see nobody. I didn't see my mom. I didn't see my daddy. I didn't see my sister. I didn't see my papa. I didn't see my nobody. Physically, I seen nobody. But my thing is this. So it's like with me and my family, the only way that me and my family have a relationship is if I am the one reaching out. Nobody ever reaches out to me. Nobody ever calls me first. It has to be me calling somebody. Or if somebody had a conversation with me and they feel like, okay, Rob ain't in a good place mentally, and somebody catch wind of it, they might call it in. But it's like, why does it have to get to that? Just you calling me could have prevented it from getting to that. So that's why I call bullshit on this whole family thing. That's why I say family ain't shit a lot of the times. So my birthday come, right? My mama forget my birthday. I ain't hear nothing from her all day. My sister, for the most part, forgot my birthday. I didn't hear nothing from her up until like 8 o'clock. And then I got a call like at 9 o'clock, and it was just like, man, at that point, it's just like, damn, man, like, I don't rely on my family for much at all. I don't rely on them for financial help. I don't rely on them for physical protection. I be out here solo dolo thugging it. Whatever I get myself into, fuck it. It's going to swing the way it's going to swing. But I don't never be like, okay, something happened, let me go call my people. You know what I mean? I feel like who I'm running home to go get myself. I seen 50 Cent said that, but me as a man, I can fully say now that is what it is. I get into something, guess what? Who I'm gonna go home and go get? Mommy, daddy, step, like, I thug it and I handle it on my own. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But that's the way that life that's the curves, that's the path that life then projected me and put me on. You know what I mean? I can't rely on help from nobody. Like even at my job, I have people that's under me, associates. I can't rely on them to do their fucking job, so I got to come in and do my job on top of their job. Oh yeah, like I say, this video finna get wrong. Y'all probably ain't heard me cuss. I try to come on this channel and be completely positive. I try not to come on that type of time, but right now, I got to speak on what it is. And what it is right now, man, I'm frustrated to fuck. I'm fucking frustrated with life, like for real. You know what I mean? I'm having to endure a long distance relationship with a woman that I care deeply for. She cared deeply for me, but just because of the way life swung, she had to go back home. And I realized that I was low-key jealous of her, because she has help and rely, and her family, it's an actual family environment. It ain't no, just basically people that barely know each other, but we just know that's my cousin. That's my uncle. Like, we don't fucking know each other. We don't even talk to each other. Only time we talking is when it's gossiping about another family member. But ain't nobody actually having conversations saying, okay, man, check out this kid, man, this kid doing this in middle school. Man, ain't nobody talking about that. Only way they gonna talk about you when you become successful. That's like with me. With my family, if I'm talking to somebody and they say, oh man, you know that he your cousin because he's successful, man, I don't give a fuck. I don't know that dude. That dude don't know me, so he don't owe me no allegiance as a family, because I don't know him. So I don't get a chance to leech off of his coattail and his fame and his notoriety just because he worked his ass off to get to where he at. But just because we family and he don't know me, I ain't never did nothing for him, didn't even support him. Granted, I didn't know he was my family, but at the same time, he supposed to reach back and give to a person that never gave. Like, come on, man, that's the bullshit that they tells you with family. So yeah, I spent most of my day by myself, right? And when I tell you, man, it's a scary feeling, and it's an uncomfortable feeling to be in the world and feel like you are really a fucking lone. Like you don't have nobody who understand you. Don't nobody want to take the time out to understand you. Ain't nobody calling you and checking on, saying how you doing, how's your mental, how is anything. You know what I mean? You're having to endure all this shit by yourself. That is a very, very, very very uncomfortable, very difficult position to be in life. And it's like I have to be optimistic, right? So all the stuff I told you guys that I got tattooed on my arm, this is all stuff that I done went through within the last, month. And I just was like, okay, this is what got me through it. So I was going through a breakup with my ex. Long story short, we back together. But I have on my arm, time heals all wounds, because that was the only thing that helped me with that breakup was time. Then I got on the top part up here is Philippians 4:13, which is I can do all things to Jesus Christ who strengthens me. So that lets me know wherever I'm going through, however I'm feeling temporarily, it can be overcame. And then I have right here, 2 Corinthians 5. 2 Corinthians, what is it? 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. So my thing is this. If I'm going based off sight right now, I feel like I'm a failure. I feel like I haven't accomplished a thing. I'm 28 years old. I'm not married. I don't have no kids. I'm not in the career that I want to do. I'm not even in the fucking position financially to be able to move and go stay with my woman, because I have to live in these survival conditions, what I was brought up in, and this bred me, this version. So I'm behind the curve because I never had guidance. I never had leadership. I never had any of those fucking things to put me in the best position to be successful. It's almost against all odds. I never had a black role model in my life ever to fucking look up to and be proud and say that in a positive way, that's the man that I want to be. That's a representation of a black man that I want to be. I never was raised up like that. I was seeing all the fucking bullshit of black men in the world. Dope smokers, alcohol drinkers, woman beaters, motherfuckers who cheat on they wives, that's all I ever fucking see. I ain't seen nothing positive in terms of that. So you lead to this version, a 28-year-old man who's alone, who's, in a sense, I'm not going to say confused, but a guy who's lost because he's looking for somebody to pull him up, but I can't fucking find him. That's in my actual immediate life. Most people that you guys hear me quote and say this and say that about are celebrities, football players, basketballs, actors, singers, art, whoever. And it's not that I look up to them because of the money. I look up to them because of what comes out their mouth. And in terms, that makes me a better version of myself. You see what I'm saying? So that's my reason for looking up to them. It's not just because they're famous, they're rich and famous, that I think that they got something valuable to say. It's that what comes out their mouth, I can relate and I can understand to, like Charleston White. That's another guy that I have a lot of respect for, because he's shown me the hypocrisy in the black community. So that's a topic for a whole nother fucking video. But it's like this too now. So now let me get to my first license at my job. So if you don't know me, my constitution is hard work. That's who I am. At the end of the day, that's what I represent. So that's my constitution. I can never go against that, because that's what makes me who I am. That's what holds me firmly into the ground. So everything that I do from this point up, because it wasn't always like that, I try to give it my all. I try to do the best that I possibly can with the job. I try to make sure that I'm overly qualified and prepared for what I'm going to have to go through. Right? So my job it's just like anywhere else in the world. It ain't just my job, but I'm just speaking from my job. My job is the type of place where if you are a hard working person, you're going to get used and abused. It's just that simple. If you're a lazy person, they're going to let you do whatever you want to do. You might even fucking get promoted from it. You know what I mean? So it's all about how much ass can you kiss, and those type of things, those politics that play. You know what I mean? All my promotions I got never came from kissing ass. It just came from putting my feet on the ground and working hard as a motherfucker. Not making excuses, not saying I come from this and I don't know this. Learn as much as I can, working hard, applying it, and getting those opportunities. That's what everything ever came up. That's what it came up. That's how I was developed. You know what I mean? But up here, it's hard for you to fucking do that, because they keep compiling work up on you. They don't say, okay, he's a hard worker. Let me go find the lazy motherfuckers that ain't doing shit, because this is a store full of them. It's a very rare few people in the store that's actually working. So my thing is this. Strategically, let's not focus on the ones who work because they know their job, they know their assignment, and they're going to show up every day. We need to go find the little bullshitters every day who think they can come in around the clock and get a free fucking 5-hour paycheck, 6-hour paycheck, 7-hour paycheck, 8-hour paycheck, and not have to do nothing, but we going to put all of what they don't do on this person. That ain't cool, and that ain't how you fucking handle business. You handle business the fucking right way. The good workers, you appreciate them, and you let them know, hey man, every time that you can, I appreciate your hard work. I salute you, man. It ain't kissing ass, but it's just showing them how much you value them, because of what you see in this store as a whole is bullshit, is laziness. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, even I work in retail, right? And a lot of times my frustrations come in, and I'm looking at one of my guys right now. Motherfucker ain't did shit all fucking day today. but then he want to be leaving at time. Like my thing is this: I ain't got to tell you when to take no lunch, huh? I ain't got to tell you when to take no break. I ain't got to tell you when to fucking go home. But why do I gotta constantly keep telling you how to fucking and when to fucking do your job? That should already be some shit you should have established at this point. You can't, I ain't gotta tell you none of that shit. You already know to do that shit. So why the fuck you don't know to do your job on a day-to-day basis? You see what I'm saying? So that's the shit that frustrates me. But you want to show the good workers that how much you value them. Now the lazy motherfuckers that want to get a free paycheck, those are the motherfuckers we need to be pressing hard every day. Because they gon' come in and do shit every day or do just a bare minimal to get through the fucking day. So why take our hard workers and keep compiling work up on them, but let the sorry, lazy son of a guns sleep through the cracks and do whatever the fuck they want to do? But that's majority of the fucking world. It ain't just me. It ain't just my job. That's everywhere you look around the world. That's why the world is in the shape that it's in now, because nobody wants to be held accountable and nobody wants to be the fucking bad guy. And what's the bad guy? Bad guy don't mean you coming around robbing motherfuckers. Bad guy don't mean that you punching on motherfuckers that don't do what the fuck you say you want them to do. That ain't got shit to do with the bad guy. The bad guy is the motherfucker who hold people accountable. And you're going to be considered the bad guy because you're going against my constitution, which is hard work. These motherfuckers' constitution is laziness. So you're going against what they stand for. So that's what you're considered. That's why you're going to be considered the bad guy. But a true leader will stand on what the fuck he stand on and be willing to die behind this shit, regardless if it ain't the popular opinion. You see what I'm saying? And that's the reason why the world is where it's at now. That's the reason why. That's the reason why America as a fucking country is weak as fuck now. Because back then, we wasn't so used to shit being handed to us. We had to work for things. Now it's so easily accessible. Information is so easily accessible that you know all the information, but you don't know a motherfucking thing. Because you know it, but you ain't applying it. So knowing and applying, that goes hand in hand. So don't tell me you know shit if you ain't applying the shit. And it's so easy to get information nowadays. It's so easy to start a business nowadays. It's so easy to be successful. Everything is so much more accessible. But when you live in a world full of lazy motherfuckers that want to make up any and every excuse to why they can't do something, that's what you get the byproduct of. You know what I mean? So I needed this, and I was finna come sit out here in my car and listen to some music. I was finna come sit out here in my car and call somebody that wouldn't understand a fucking thing that I'm trying to get across. They'll think that I'm just being overly aggressive. They'll think that I'm just being difficult. They'll say stop being passionate. That's the worst thing you can ever tell a human being, is to not be passionate about what they do or to not take pride in what they do. That's what the problem with the world right now is, that we don't take enough passion in what we do, or we don't take pride in what we do. That's the reason. That's what's wrong with this world now. And nobody wants to self-assess. Nobody wants to hold each other accountable or hold themselves accountable. But man, it's hot. Y'all can see me already sweating. Man, it's hot as hell. So I'm gonna finish this video off right here. But man, I got some more videos coming. And like I said, man, y'all finna get a lot more of the raw and uncut version, because like I said, man, steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron. I always tell y'all, I'm not talking to y'all, I'm talking with y'all, speaking with y'all. When I'm speaking of these things, I'm speaking not just to you, but with myself too. But I'm just speaking through myself. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be my own worst critic, and I'm gonna be my own my own worst strict mentor or leader, or whatever the case may be. That way, if you see how I, parlay with myself, then, you'll say, okay, yeah, man, maybe this dude, like, maybe I need to start being self-accountable like that. But, man, I appreciate y'all for whoever watched this video, man. And, see y'all in the next video. I'm out this thing.